Hi guys, it's Angie Bell with my fairy treasures. Okay, let's make sure we're in focus. Let's see, want to go that way? Nope. Right here. Okay, I am back. Okay, so I told you that I was going to go ahead and finish her out, which I did. Um, I think I finished like the other wings, which I did. Finished lining the wings, kind of like how butterflies are done, because these wings look very butterfly to me. Um, I love them. They're beautiful. I changed the hair. Okay, let me tell you. I kept looking at the hair and I just didn't like it. So, because this hair is weird. Like, just the way... No, okay, I love Jasmine Becket and I love the way she did this girl. But the hair was really different for me to have to color. So, it was more of like a lighter pink than this mixed with this color. Like, some strands were... It was a light pink base and then some of the strands were this deeper color, which is Jane Davenport's Fairy Floss. Okay, love these inks. So I just took the Fairy Floss Incredible ink and then went over all of it, still leaving exposed some of the lighter pink here and there so that you have some dimension in the hair. And then to give it highlights, I just took a paintbrush. A stiff paintbrush is what you want. I would say scruffy, but what it really is stiff. Okay, a stiff paintbrush, dip it in some white. You can just take it and just go like this. And you can get these highlights. You can also do this for black hair also. It's not the only thing in black hair you can do, but it's a really simple way to do black hair. You can paint it all black and then put these little shoots like this for black hair. You can do that too. Anyway, so that's how I did that for the hair. And I left it really dark here. I made it extra dark because this is always that hair that's right here behind your, right by your face, and it's always really dark because it's underneath the chin, so there's no highlights there. Okay, what else? Okay, and then so I finished the wings up, and then I did her little shirt, which is so cute. It says 33 on it. And then I finished her, this, remember, I don't know what the hell to call it, but, you know, it's like a tree trunk bowl, which her hands are in. It's the coolest thing ever. I finished that, and then you can see that I painted this whole thing black, just like the other page that I did, which I'm going to show you that again in a second. I did two pages very similar, so I had basically, well, I wanted to do two pages similar because I wanted to show the different techniques, like these bubbles and stuff, how I did them. Also, I already had the colors out, so I'm like, you know what, and I like the color combination, so just do the same colors. Okay, so I painted the page black on this side and this side, and then I threw in some little well, these can be stars or little bubbles, but we'll call them little bubbles. Just, you know, fleck them on there with some white paint, which I'll show you that on this side. And then I did my bubbles, and I'm going to show you my complete bubble technique on this side. And that is it. And then, if you didn't see the other one that I did, this is the other girl I did. I think she turned out really pretty. So, okay. So let me make sure we're all in frame. Let me scoot this over like that. Okay, so now let's go ahead and do the bubbles over here. So what we want to do is get some, oh, let me explain this first. I already made the little round bubbles, how I did that. So let me show you how I did that first. I took the top of an acrylic paint bottle, okay? Which first, let me get some white paint out real quick because I need the white paint. Okay. I took the lid off. And I dip it into the white paint like this. And then I go like that, kind of get some excess off. And then you just go like this. And those are your larger bubbles. Now, not all bubbles are the same, right? So then I took, this is from my Stickles bottle. So it's a lot smaller, right? Again, take the white paint, dip it, kind of, you don't want tons of it on there, and just go in between. So you just kind of decide how you want to where you want to put your bubbles. And then when you do this white splatters, that makes even smaller little bubbles, in my opinion. Okay. You can go with a third size if you wanted to, but I didn't see the need for it. The 2 sizes were good enough for me. Okay, so now you can see that we have different colors in our bubbles. So what I'm gonna do with that, well, first, before I do that, we gotta first paint the bubbles white. So I do a white base in the bubbles. Some of them I don't put a white base in. See these here? I left them just plain. And I just swiped my little brush of paint like this to give them little swipes. So there's some little clear bubbles in there too. Just a little mixy mix. Okay, so let's take our white acrylic paint and start filling these bubbles. All of my big bubbles, I'm going to be putting color in them. The smaller bubbles, those are the ones that I'm going to leave some colored and some clear. Let's get all the larger ones painted up first. And then we'll do the all the little white speckles at the end. In which this case, they're not speckles, they're little tiny bubbles. Like so tiny you can't see them as bubbles, just like look like little speckles. And most of the time, you guys, whether I'm using a brush for acrylic, in which is I just get cheap brushes for acrylic paint because they ruin paint, or for my watercolor brushes, either way, I love to work with a pointed tip. That's my main brush I get. What happens with the rest of my damn brushes is I don't even use them. I always look for the ones with a pointed tip like this in my craft room. So that's kind of why I hate, unless I buy them really cheap, I don't like buying like a whole pack of brushes. I like to be able just to choose what I want, because most of the time you can do everything with a point like that. And this gives you so much more control. As I just mess up this bubble. There we go. I straightened it out. And the reason you want to white your bubble out first is so that when you can put your color on top, it shows up. Now, I can tell you what would show up really cool on black if you did all metallic. That shows up really good just on black. I should do that sometime because that turns out really pretty too. I will do that sometime. Do all metallic for the bubbles. That'd be pretty. One more over here. I had mist going in my last one, so I'm not sure I'm going to do mist in this one. We'll see. Okay. Now, some of these little bubbles we're going to paint, some of them we're not. If you get a bubble that's kind of had a lot of paint, too much paint on it, like this one did, I definitely would cover that one up. Because the perfect ones are ones like this, that look like they just came up, you know, she just blew these bubbles, like that one. That one's awesome. This one right here is a little thick. Like it's got too much paint on the cap. I say all that, and you know, I could have still left that as a clear bubble. Who knows? The same thing with this one. It's a little bit thick, so I'm going to fill it in. Okay. This one I'm going to leave. That one I'm going to leave open. This one I'm going to cover with the white paint. Cover, paint it in. And just remember, it's your coloring book page. You don't have to leave whatever the background is. You don't have to leave it. This was a blank page on this side. I just had whatever she's called. She's called Little Hippie Fairy. In fact, I think I wrote it down because the last time I didn't write it down. She calls her a little hippie fairy. I know that. But she has a name for her, and then she calls her a hippie fairy. I don't know if I have it. I don't know where the heck I put that at. Anyway, I know she's a little hippie fairy. Okay. Okay, and we'll do this one. And we'll do this one. Okay. And we'll do this one down here at the bottom. Alright, so we got enough bubbles painted base colored white. Let me put this over here. We'll need that white paint here in a minute. Let me rinse my brush out. Okay. See, that's what the tip I like. I love it, whether I'm using a watercolor brush or a brush for acrylics. I love the pointed tip. Okay, now I took just some regular acrylic paint, this turquoise color, which I'll put it on there right now. That turquoise color. These are just those 50-cent apple barrel paints. This right here is not 50 cents. It's Americana. Love this color. I spend whatever, the $2, $1.75, whatever the heck it is. It's called Purple Passion, Purple Pizzazz. I always have this color in my stash. It is so beautiful. I don't buy Americana too much because it's kind of expensive. Even when it goes on sale, it's not the cheapest one. And so a lot of times I buy Craft Smart from Michael's. Just trying to think for a second what I'm doing. But most of the time I buy them from Walmart because they're 50 cents. Like that, apple barrel, and I love that color. It's called Kiwi. Look at how cool that color is. Kind of like what I did her, this little tree trunk. Okay, so this is how I handle this. Is I just use my index finger and I just put some color on, and I work, you know, a few bubbles at a time. Because you already got your finger in that color paint, right? So you might as well work a few bubbles at a time. Okay? And then I keep a paper towel around. Let's go like this. Okay. Then I keep a paper towel around to wipe off my finger in between. Okay? And you kind of have to work fast because you're going to do a meshing process. Oh, damn it. I didn't want to go that fast. Okay, and if you do what I just did, you can use a baby wipe. If not, just paint it back black if you can't catch it, but we can catch it right now. Right now. All right, there we go. All right, so then let's put a little bit of blue. Blue. This is Kiwi. Okay, and then I'm going to add a little bit of this pink color, of this pink here. Okay, and then I always take that excess off my finger because, and then I just kind of do a little meshing process like this, just kind of tapping. And you can leave a little bit of white on the edges because we need to do that anyway. We're gonna kind of encircle it with white when we're done. This is how I make my planets, and this is how I make my bubbles. The difference between my planets and my bubbles is that, I'm going to add a little bit more of this green over here. Cool. Is that the bubbles, we're going to put these little swooshes on them so it looks like water. And the planets, I don't put swooshes on them, like these little swoosh here. And the planets, you can put like little planet rings around them. So that's the difference. But the base of it are both very similar. And if your meshing is not good, what you like, just add some more color. And keep meshing and adding color until you get what you like. See, like that one right there, I'm just not liking it yet. So I'm going to keep adding color till I get there. And I just got there. Okay, there we go. So let's keep doing that. We'll work those 3 at a time. Okay, 4. And let's add a little bit of green. I mean, isn't this so cheap and easy to make bubbles? All you need is some cheapy acrylic paints from Walmart. Nothing expensive. And not hard to do either. Okay. And we're going to add one more color, which is this purple. Okay. Let's take the excess off our fingers and start working. Mesh, 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 mesh. And in between, you might want to, before you mesh the next one, you might want to wipe your finger off. Sometimes your hand gets too caked up, and it can start messing with stuff too much. So. Okay. Alrighty. Was that all of them? I felt like there was more of them to mesh. I'm going to mesh this one up here a little bit more. That looks good. Okay. So let's do a couple more at a time. We'll do like these 3 right here. And that one there. I don't know why I left that one up over by itself. Okay. And you can see that I go right over some of the other color a little bit. It's fine. Especially the little ones. There's not enough room to have every place to have its own little place. Which you don't want that. You're going to mesh it all together anyway, right? So. Okay. Let's get to meshing. And it's not really meshing. It's just pouncing your finger a little bit. Just a pouncing. So give your bubbles a good pouncing. Okay, that looks good. And let's do some more. We're going to cover all these down here. all at the same time. Because I'm good at making bubbles, so I can do it. I'm a bad you-know-what at making bubbles. Girls are like, okay, you're crazy. I never said I was sane. Okay. There we go. Gosh darn it. All right, well, I'm going to go with purple because I just dipped my finger in purple. There we go. And then, what am I missing? Oh, the green. I love like a lime green or a chartreusey looking green. In Prismacolor pencils, they call it chartreuse. Okay. And if you get kind of outside the line, like I just did with some of my circles, you can kind of just pounce yourself back into submission. Which I means count yourself back into a circle. Sometimes you can't because you just mess up too much. Like on a couple of these, I kind of went out too much. I'm going to fix it in just a second. Okay. So I'm going to take a dry paper towel, fix up some of my circles, wipe some of it off. So I was using a baby wipe before, but it's almost better to use a dry paper towel, and then it won't smear it. It'll just take it off. And if there's a little smothering of color still left, like a little smearing, you can add some black paint there, or it just won't matter because we're going to be putting all those speckles down anyway. Also, a baby wipe could work to just clean up. Like right here, it's just going to take a little, use a little baby wipe. And the reason I got a little bit messy is because I was kind of being overzealous and did so many of these at one time. Alright. So, I got a little messy there, a little messier than I wanted to. So I am going to add a little bit of black paint to those areas with my brush. Anywhere where it got a little bit messy, just take a little black paint. If it's just a little bit, don't worry about it, but, you know, I got kind of messy. But it was worth it because I got a lot of those, I got a lot of those planets done really quickly. So it was worth the mess. Alright. I also know I could clean up my mess, so no major. Alright, that looks good. Even though that one's a little misshapen, we will fix that up when we encircle it with the circle, which will make sense to you in just a second. Alright, so let's dry these, bubbles. So if you don't want to watch paint dry, fast forward. we got our bubbles dry. Okay, before we outline our bubbles with white, like right here, how we outline the bubbles, just to kind of make them look more, you know, bubble form, we're going to do the swooshes in the bubbles. And this makes them look kind of like, it makes them look more see-through-y, like they're bubbles. This is what I think makes the difference between bubbles and planets in Angela's world. Okay, so I've taken that brush, to do these kind of swishes, a really nice stiff brush would work. So I got a pack of 3 of these one time at Tuesday morning, and I thought, oh, I messed up because I didn't know that they were stiff, and I'm like, when am I ever going to use this brush? And then I discovered that, oh, this stiff brush makes great clouds. It makes great the waves in water. It makes great swooshes like I'm doing. Love this brush. So it went from my worst brush to my most favorite brush. So you can see how I'm just taking my brush and just making swoosh with white paint. And you're not looking for no perfect swoosh, okay? This is nature. These are bubbles. So you kind of want the swoosh to look really, really natural. Okay, now I'm also going to put swooshes. Does that make sense? A swooshes? In my world, it makes sense. We're going to put swooshes in the clear ones also, in the clear bubbles where there's no paint. I didn't do that in my last one, and I thought about it afterwards. I'll probably go back and do it. Cool. Just think it looks more like bubbles. Okay, now we're going to take our liner brush. Bam! And this is my other favorite brush I love, is a liner brush. Besides that pointed brush, any pointed brushes, liner brushes. Let me see if I can show you guys something. I got so lucky, because I love a liner brush. And this liner brush was normally, these are what I'm going to show you. Let me see it. I got them for 99 cents. And they are, let me just let you look. They are watercolor acrylic oil brushes, lifetime guarantee. Wow, wow. But they're red sable, and they're called Sapphire, and they're by, I can't read that because I'm blind now. Anyway, I got them for $1 a piece, and they're liner brushes. I was so stoked because my liner brush, the one I have right now, cost me $8 with the coupon, so it cost me $4. So this was right around $8, $9. I got it for 99 cents. And there's the price right there, 99 cents. That's just crazy. I was so psyched. So I have all of these liner brushes. So when this one goes out, I don't have to run to the store and buy another liner brush. I think I got 3 or 4. Oh, I might have got 4. I'm not sure. Anyway, when I seen those, yeah, I had no problem with picking up all that they had because I used this brush. And did I say that was at the Hobby Lobby 75% off sale? Yeah, that's what it was. You guys, can you believe it? They still got that sale going on. It is crazy. Okay, we're going to now just give a little bit of a outline with our brush to these bubbles. Just like my planets, I don't like it to be like a perfect circle. Like, I want it to be a perfect circle. But when I line it, I don't want to go line it like perfectly round. I think it looks better if it's like thick and thin lines. And even if there's like areas that I've skipped where it's not perfectly lined. Which is why I don't use a paint pen when I do this. Because I'm going to make this one a little thicker on this one side. Cool. Which is why I don't use a paint pen. Because a paint pen would make it perfect. And I don't want perfect, I don't want it to be lined out perfectly. See, sometimes I do end up lining it out perfectly. But that's not the goal. Thick and thin lines maybe the lines don't completely connect like that one. I love how that looks. It's not completely connected. I like this one pretty much. I just want to put a little bit more of a line over here. There we go. And over here, just a little bit of an unconnected line here. There we go. To me, that just looks more natural. But if you don't agree with that, connect your lines up, girl. Make a perfect circle. Make a perfect circle around your bubbles. That's just how I feel about my bubbles. You do as you wish. Okay, my paint's over here getting thick. Alright, just a second, guys. Let me rinse my brush. Let me take out some more paint. What happens is you know, after a while your paint sits here and it gets thick, and then it doesn't load on the brush right, and then you're fighting with it. You want to take your paintbrush, throw it across the room. Okay. I never do that. I never find the damn brush again. Not my art studio. I got too much crap up in here. I'd never find it again. I have a lot of crap because I like to shop clearances, as you guys all know. But I use a lot of my stuff too. I can say that. I don't buy the stuff and let it sit here. I do use a lot of my stuff. And it's my goal to use stuff. It's my goal to hit pan. You know, like they say eyeshadows hitting pan? Hitting pan in a watercolor pan, or using a whole bottle of acrylic. To me, that's an accomplishment. So, I love when I use something all up. Because once you start collecting a lot of stuff, it's just like ridiculous if you don't use it. So every time I do a project, I do a new mixed media project, I go through all my supplies and I start pulling some things that I haven't used yet or I haven't used in a while, so that I'm always like using my stuff. Plus, it makes you, when you're doing mixed media or coloring like this is coloring / mixed media. It makes your stuff look really cool because you're using all these different products. That's what I think. People, you guys look at those bubbles. I love them. I absolutely am obsessed with these bubbles. Okay, now we have to do some splatters. So let's do those. So it's just whatever the paint you have left over here, just add some water. So I added some water. I'm going to use my fan brush. You can use a fan brush, you can use a toothbrush, you can use a really stiff paintbrush, like the brush I used to make my to make the little swooshes on my bubbles. That's a good one for that. Okay, but I need a piece of paper to cover my girl because I don't want stuff all over her face. I don't even want any more like little small speckles on that side. All right, let me see everything. Okay, what? I'm just looking around my desk making sure, because these little white speckles go everywhere. And these little white speckles in this painting are going to be like little tiny bubbles everywhere. Like those little bubbles you don't see. That's what or that you can't tell they're bubbles. They're just like little, that's what these are. Little bubbles. I think it adds a lot to it. Love it. Okay. Those are done. Take that off my girl. My girl is saved from bubbles all over her face. All right, let's dry this because I got one more thing to do to finish up. So let's dry this. If you don't want to hear the dryer, fast forward, please. Okay, the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use some stickles. Now, really quickly about stickles. This is stickles here. You do not have to use stickles. You could take some clear glue. I think you could even take white glue because it dries clear, right? Yeah. And put some fine glitter in it. And some white or fine glitter. I think white glitter is fine, is clear. Anyway, take some clear glitter. Mix it up. And I don't think it has to be fine. I've seen chunky glitter in like a clear glue, and it looks awesome. Like I said, I think you can use regular white school glue with glitter because it dries clear. So test that out, that theory out before you do it on something else. Anyway, so you can make your own glitter glue. There's also a thing called some glitter paint, and I got this like at a dollar store. And this stuff this is just like a Stickles also, but it's a glitter paint, and it's really translucent-y, except for it has a little color to it. So if it's something that's purple, this would be great for it. Just kind of like your Stickles, like, because Stickles comes in all different colors. You kind of need to, if this was pink, you need to use this on something with looks pretty pink. If this was a purple Stickles, you need to use something that's kind of purple because it does bring out some color. Very sheery type of color. The same as this paint does. So I can't wait to use this on something purpley. I think that's going to be pretty. Okay. So I'm going to use my Stickles because I have it. They also have some glitter glues, like Stickles, at Dollar Tree. I haven't ran into them, and they're big old bottles, like this big. I want to run into them really bad. I haven't run into them yet, though. Okay, so here we go. I put some Stickles or glitter glue, and that's all Stickles is glitter glue. Glorified glitter glue. And we're just going to pounce onto the bubbles. I just think that adds so much magic to your bubbles to put this glitter there. I wonder if it looks good on this. Oh yeah. I'm adding it into the smaller ones too that don't have any color in them. It looks cool. We're going to add glitter everywhere, okay? This glitter glue is going everywhere. And that's the thing about glitter glue too. It doesn't come off everywhere. You know how a lot of people don't like glitter because it comes off on everything? Glitter glue doesn't do that. I really don't care if glitter goes everywhere. I love glitter. If I get covered in glitter, I'm good with that. If I leave the house and there's some glitter on my face, I'm happy. I like to sparkle. I like to wear big rings that are all sparkly and real sparkly jewelry. I just saw, and I don't know why I didn't buy it. I was at this local dollar store, and they had all kinds of glitter eyeshadow. It was just pure glitter for the eyes. And like an idiot, because I saw it on the way out. That's why, oh, I'm putting glitter now on these other bubbles. I saw it on the way out, and I didn't feel like going back to the checkout and all that. But I've been thinking about that for days. I'm going back, and I'm buying that damn glitter. I'm buying all the colors I want. It's for my eyes. I think that'll look so cool for eyeshadow. And let's suppose I hate it for eyeshadow. That glitter will be perfect in my craft room, but I don't think I will. So I got to get myself back over there and pick up that glitter glue. Or glitter glue. That eyeshadow glitter. I've always heard that you can't use like the fine glitter that we use on your eye. It's probably the same damn stuff. Probably isn't good for your eyes, but it's probably the same stuff. What would be the difference? I don't know. But this is only 99 cents for this glitter for your eyes. And it came in like little small jars. Since I'm talking about it, I'm going to pick that up today. Okay, now the other place that I'm going to put this glitter is where? I'm going to do, what am I going to do? I always do the eye, like the eyeballs and the lips, always. We're going to do it in her hair. I think it's going to be beautiful in her hair. Let's do her hair. Or you know what? Never mind. I want to do it on the wings. Okay, so let's put some glitter on the wings. And you got to touch the wings quickly because the base of my wings is watercolor. We don't want to move that, which we didn't. If you go fast enough, you won't move that. And then the other place I want to put the glitter glue, is I got to use my brush to do it. So let me find a brush. I want to do it on her eyes and on her lips. You guys are seeing all this, aren't you? Yeah. Cool. Okay. So, let's put my hands in some glitter. I'm going to do it on the eyes. And you guys may not be able to see. I'm doing some on the lips too. And you guys probably aren't going to be able to see this. You know what? We'll put some on the flowers. See the little flowers in her hair? Because I got some glitter left, so let's just use up the rest of what I got. That'll be cool to hit the little flowers in her hair. We'll hit this little, what is this? It's a little feather. There we go. I used up the rest of that glitter. We'll glitter her little nose too. What the hell? Okay. You guys, I think this turned out so flippin' adorable. I hope you guys like it. I will be posting this on my Facebook and maybe my Instagram too, but my Facebook for sure. Let me see if I can come in a little bit closer. Let me just bring that. All right, let me just bring my book up and I will do it like this. Oh, be careful, I keep sticking my hands in glitter glue. Okay, so there she is there. And then there's that. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to, well, let me just see what you can see close up. There we go. All right, so let me come back out. Just wanted you to kind of see her up close as you could. There we go. I think she turned out really, really cute. I think all the bubbles are really cute. So it just goes to show you that just because there's a background there doesn't mean you can't do something completely different with the background. I painted, whatever the background was, I painted it all black and then did my own background. That's how you make bubbles. So if you want to start adding some bubbles to your work and you like the way I did that, you can do that. You guys saw how I did her hair, how I did her skin in this one. So I think that's it. Yes, that is it. Okay. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to do so. If you can give this video a thumbs up, any comments or questions, leave them below. Come visit me on Facebook and Instagram if you'd like. Share this video. That'd be awesome. And, oh, really quick, before I go, I will be finishing up. I have an altered book that I do mixed media in, and I did a Aretha Franklin tribute picture, and I had like a window in that, and I needed to finish up that window, and I had a giveaway. So I just did the window finally. I'll be doing that video either today or tomorrow, and that giveaway will be in there too. It'll be a quick video because I'm just going to show you how I did the window, and I'll also do the giveaway in that one. So, okay, you guys, that is it. Like I said, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to do so, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye!